Ready. Mm-hmm.
The views expressed on this program are not those of intellectualradio.com, its subsidiaries, or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady ReShell.
Hello. This is Lady ReShell with Warriors Talk. I am here with Rizal Gilmore, aka The Biz. What's up, Rizal?
What's going on, Lady ReShell?
Nothing. We have a juicy topic today, so I am so excited about the topic. We are live on Intellectual Radio. We just heard from Roman with the drive at 5. We want y'all to keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. We have a relationship quote of the day, and it says, as we gain confidence in ourselves, red flags are no longer red flags. They are deal breakers. So, Rizal, we're going to be talking about deal breakers on today. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I think we had touched on this topic once before, and we said we needed a part 2. So I think this is going to be part 2.
I looked at Will and Jada with the entanglement, and at the end of the interview, the Red Table interview, Will said that there was nothing that Jada could do to, make him leave her. And Jada was like, I didn't know you can love me that way. But we know that everybody's relationship is not like Will and Jada's relationship. Some of us have deal breakers, and we're going to talk about some of those deal breakers on today.
Yes, we do. It's Relationship Monday with your host, Lady ReShell, and your co-host, The Biz, and I love it.
So I'm excited. If you are tuning in on any form of social media, share the show, get your pens and your pads out so that you can write this information down, because I know a lot of us have deal breakers that we're not even enforcing in our relationship. So first of all, let's just go over what exactly is a deal breaker. For me, a deal breaker is anything that I do not want to compromise on as it relates to a relationship. That something that I would actually call it quits and say, I'm gone, no matter how much I love you, how cute you are, whatever, I'm out of there, because it's something that I need. It's one of those core things that I need in a relationship. What about you, Biz?
I think for me as a deal breaker, I actually can agree with you on that. Something that I'm just not going to absolutely tolerate. And, when either I'm just first meeting you or we're in a relationship, it'll definitely be a deal breaker.
So do you think that people show you right up front what those are? Or do you think you have that honeymoon phase to where, people can act a certain way and then they can hide those deal breakers until you like, the infatuation is gone and you already in love with that person?
No, I do think that they don't show those deal breakers right away, or those red flags, as you want to call them. I think it takes some time, because just as long as it takes time for you to get to know a person, it's going to take time for them to reveal them true selves.
So let's just go over some of these deal breakers. I have a total of 32 deal breakers. I know it's probably more than that. And
oh Lord, wait a minute, let me clutch my pearls here, because it's going to be a long night. I see.
They're going to go really fast. They're not all my deal breakers, but I just kind of combined a bunch of them together. And the first one on the list is probably the one that everybody always says. You mainly hear people say this when it comes to them not being able to tolerate. If a person doesn't have this, they're going to be out of the relationship. And that is a relationship with God. They want that person to have some type of relationship with God, or they figure like it's not going to work.
Oh, really? Wow. Wait a minute, are we going in order, like, the top 10 or something? Because I wouldn't believe that was the number one thing, that them not having a relationship with God would be a deal breaker for some people.
For some people, that's a deal breaker.
Well, think about it. What happened to some of the couples where the man is Muslim in the Islamic world and then the woman is Christian? Is that a deal breaker? I mean, you're both practicing religion.
Well, everybody's deal breakers are different. So your deal breaker may be different from mine. My deal breaker, I would want you to have a relationship with God. I've dated a Muslim being a Christian, and it did not work out because we was not equally yoked that way. So you have to make sure that, if that's one of your core values, then yeah, you're gonna make sure that that person have it. But if it's not one of your core values, then it doesn't matter to you. Depends on if it's a core for that person.
Okay, I'm really surprised at that one.
What?
I wouldn't say that that's a deal breaker, but I definitely would say that's something that I would love for them to practice. But I wouldn't say that's a deal. For me, that's not a deal breaker.
See, for most men, I think that because most men are the ones that have the woman to convert. Most of the time, it's the woman converting to the man's religion, not the man converting to the woman's religion. Right. So you really wouldn't be affected because whatever woman that you get, if she's in love with you, she's going to try to please you. So most likely she's going to convert to your religion.
She's going to do what it is that she needs to be done to keep y'all to. I mean, yes, and that you're right. That's usually what happens. Understandable. The woman follows.
Yes. Unless you have a competitive woman that does not want to follow.
Yeah, I call them rebels. Y'all just want to do what y'all. That's them independent women. They don't want to follow directions.
Nope. They want to give directions. Okay, so number 1 and number 2 go hand in hand. So they have to have a relationship with God and you have to be equally yoked was number 2. Number 3 is physical attraction.
Yeah. Because this is what me personally, this is what I notice. Like when a woman is unhappy with her body physically, she only take from the neck up. You only see this and you like, wow, like, oh my, she's gorgeous. Why is she single? She's beautiful. And then somewhere back in 2017, when you scroll down and you see that one picture, like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? It depends on what depends on your body type, because some men, they like them curvy women. Ain't nothing wrong with my BB crew. Shout out to them. But I think that right there is a deal breaker. That's almost like a I got you type of thing. Don't get me, this far, and I'm expecting to see something, and then it's something else. So I don't know. Do you fall in love with the person and forget the physical because the physical fall away? But you do got to be attracted to something, because if you walking around, looking at them like, ugh, what did I get myself into? Like, I don't even like you. Like, wait a minute, I need a do-over. Can we redo this? Wait a minute. No, you're just, and then they just not the one for them, because you're just not going to be attracted to them. They're never going to turn you on, and it's not going to get anywhere.
I think that's the initial thing, is you being attracted initially to that person, and it draws you to that person. And once you get with the person, there may be things that you don't like about the person, but initially there should be something attracting me to you, whether it is I don't know, your face, your hair, your smile, your teeth, whatever it is, it should be something that attracts me to you, so that whenever I see you, I'm like, hey, you be so excited to see that person. Not like, okay, you embarrassed to take them with you out with your friends. You don't want nobody to see this person. They feel like they're a secret, all because you are not really attracted to them. And I know they say, yeah, that can grow on you. A person can grow on you.
It's that part I hear, and they say opposites attract, but you got to give me something. It got to be the dimples, the eyes. It has to be something there. If it's nothing there, because I know for guys, I call them butterface. Everything could be perfect, butterface. And you're like, what happened? What's going on? And every woman is beautiful, and every guy is handsome in their own way, in their particular way. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But if you got to keep rethinking and keep looking and thinking about it over and over, like, what am I not seeing in this person? Like, why am I even attracted to him? That's not the one for you. It's not the one.
That's true. Brenda McCain says men are more visual than women. However, I agree. There has to be a form of attraction, whether it's physical or mental. It has to be there. I totally agree. Mm-hmm. You mentioned how women take pictures like from the neck up.
That's a deal breaker for me.
Well, some women, if you look at it like this, I heard this podcast where the men were talking about how women are always taking pictures with their butt to the camera. They have their breasts all in the camera, their legs, so that, men aren't really missing anything because they see everything right there in the camera. So when you take a picture from the neck up, you just want them to focus on your face. Some women, you want them to focus on that, not, your body. Because once you get to the physical, it's downhill. Like your mind really can't come back from that because now you want to see what's that like, what that feel like. So it's like, okay, let's concentrate on, let's keep it mental for a minute before we get to the physical. And I don't know how many people could take a picture and then be like totally, I don't know.
Nope. Because a woman can take a full body pic without showing her butt. She can keep it sexy and classy at the same time. So if you got somebody who's doing that and who's just that's really, to me, that they're trying to seek attention, then that wouldn't be the person for you. But a young woman who can take a picture, full body without doing that, then that'll definitely get a from me. I think it was Nas who said, what turns a man's head doesn't always turns a man's heart.
Yep. Nas said it, so there you go. His word. Okay, number 4 is self-care. How they keep themselves up.
Ooh, boy, this is about to be a long night. I'm about to offend some people here tonight. Lord, have mercy.
Oh, we grown.
Ooh. I have came across some women who have some body hygiene issues, and that's definitely a deal breaker. That's a problem. I can't understand how you get out the shower and you still have a odor that's reeking. What is going on here? No, we got to change the diet. We got to do something. Something's going on. That's a deal breaker. I can't be walking around this out in public with you all the time. Like, come on, baby. We going to the grill master over here. Deal breaker for me.
Where my ladies at? Y'all gonna let Resolve talk about y'all like that. Okay, so on the defense for the ladies, sometimes it could be the pH is off. For some reason, that pH balance is off. And when the pH balance is off, it's gonna cast off this musty fish smell, right? It's going to cast out. And sometimes it can be the person you with, their sperm can be the reason because it's making it that way. So those are 2 things, the reason why it could be a smell, or it could just be dirty and not really washing up. So there you go. Hey, Coty.
Yeah, but what happens if y'all not even having sex and y'all just met, y'all went on 3 dates and it's like that? So does that give an indication that she could be smashing somebody else, throwing her pH balance off? Now that would be a giveaway.
You don't have to be having sex for the pH balance to be thrown off. It could be soap. It could be you using soap that has perfume in it. It could be your underwear. If it's not cotton underwear, it could be a number of things. It's not necessarily you having sex or having multiple partners when it comes to your pH being off. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that like number 3?
That was number 4. So self-care, I heard this guy say when he met his wife, he said he used to look at the women's elbows and he would look at the bottom of their feet to see if they were crusty. And he was like, you would be surprised at the number of women who didn't even put lotion on their elbows and their feet. So when he met his wife, she didn't have ashy elbows or feet. So, he ended up talking to her and they ended up getting married. So just little things like that. Even when we put weave in our hair, just make sure that's an upkeep. Even when we put our makeup on, making sure that, everything is in place and we're not looking like a clown and he's not looking at us like, who are you? Where you come from? Because, we'll beat the face up. I don't know who we beating it up for, because most of the time our men be like, I don't even like all that makeup. Like, why are you wearing that? Most of the time they want to see you natural. They don't mind you wearing, light makeup, but a lot of times we just be overdoing it. And we're not doing it for our men. We're doing it for other women so other women can see us, because we be so busy competing with other people. Other women.
Well, the problem that I've found with the makeup, now I love makeup. I love seeing my woman, getting herself beautified and everything. The problem is, you have a lot of women who depend on that because they think that's what defines them. and then they cake it on, like they got like a whole makeup room going on. And one minute you meeting this woman that's like, oh my gosh, she's the woman in my dreams. Then she take off the makeup and it's like, Godzilla is in the building. So, that's why not too much. I think I would rather see you with, when we go out, like dress it up so I can just, some women, when they put on the makeup, I am like amazed. Like my heart definitely pitter patters. And especially when you do it like once in a while, now and again, it's not an everyday routine for you. Because it become an everyday routine for you. I get used to it. And then when you have it off, I'm like, hold on, let me get the back. Because we got somebody, I don't know who this stranger is walking around in my house, but I'm about to bust him upside the head.
Wait. It's a video that's on Facebook of this guy. He met this girl. They moved in together, and she was in the kitchen cooking him a dinner, breakfast. So he smelled it cooking, and he came downstairs, and he was looking. She had these little shorts and a tank top. He's like, he was looking like, okay, she had no makeup on. He was like, babe, somebody in my kitchen, call the police. And she was like, babe, what's wrong with you? It's me. It's Leslie. He was like, stop playing, babe, come get you some licks. Hurry up. She in the kitchen. He called the police. And then she comes up to him like, babe, it's me. He was like, girl, what happened to you? How you just not gonna put on your makeup? And then his friend came over, and he didn't want the friend to see her. He told her, go downstairs and put something on. Put one layer of makeup on. Just put something on. So the guy come in and he walking past the kitchen. He looking like, oh man, you a dog, right? You cheating on Leslie already? And he was like, man, that is Leslie. He was like, no, it ain't. So he bags up. The guy looks in the kitchen, and he was getting ready to say, man, she ugly, but the guy punched him in the mouth. You ain't gonna talk about my ugly brother. That's my ugly brother.
But this is what I'm saying. And then, oh my God, I definitely got to speak for the fellas on this. I am so tired of these Snapchat and these Instagram filters coming on, saving you women. Y'all love these filters because it enhance and make you feel like a certain way. And then when we see you in for real life, it's like, nah, dog, this ain't gonna work.
I depends. You see y'all looking at all of these women with all this makeup on, all this hair and everything. They got their butt done, their lip done, they got their boobs done, and those are the women that y'all lusting after. So we like, okay, well, they trying to make themselves look like that so they can get their man's attention too.
No. It has been taken to the extreme. I don't know who you are with this filter. I see you one way, then I meet you in person, and you somebody totally different. No, I don't recognize you. I've been catfished. I want my money back. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It is not going to happen. I wish that they would stop with the filters and just be you.
Rizal is on us today, okay?
Yes, I have to get on you women. I got to speak for the fellas because we going in, and I know it's real bad now because everybody in the house. So y'all just dying to put on makeup and go out somewhere and go out there and be somebody y'all ain't.
What about like some men like women with the straight hair, some men like women with natural hair? So you got to let the person, you shouldn't even be approaching anybody if you know that that's not, if somebody has natural hair, don't even approach it if you don't like the natural hair. Or ask that person, do you wear your hair natural all the time? Is it just a phase that you're doing? Tell that person what it is that you like so that, you won't be surprised if she's coming over there with a hair full of hair, or one day and the next day she don't have any hair.
Yeah, but see, that happens in the beginning when we was talking about, do a person show themselves in the beginning, the red flags? No, it's not until y'all started living together and now you see her without her wig on, and again, she looking like Beetlejuice, and you like, and you can't do it. Look, I got more hair than she do. That could be a deal breaker, especially if you like long hair. That's how I met you. So again, you're perpetrating a fraud.
Well, do you think that should be discussed? So in the process of us getting to know each other, that should be discussed. Like, what is it that you like? What are your preferences that you like? And at that point, once you're telling me, oh yeah, I like long hair, and I know my hair is not long, this is not mine, then 9 times out of 10, men know if it's a weave or not. Most of them do. And most of them don't care as long as it's done right.
Yeah, most of us don't care. I mean, honestly, I don't care about the weave. I know the reasons why women, why they wear weave and this and that. I don't have no problems with weave. And me, yes, my preference is long hair, but I have seen a lot of women with the short haircut. Um, I think probably Eve, the rat, was probably the only one who had the short hair, like, down with the little cut blonde. I think back then, she was probably the only one that I would have like really considered dating with that haircut. Some women can rock it and they rock it well. Other women, they can get away with it. Some can't. It's not for everybody.
Everybody don't have that head. You don't have that head to rock that haircut. I agree.
I think it's more than just the head. I think it's a look too.
In your dress, everything, your attitude. Okay, so even with this is one of my things that I don't like. I don't like to see men with dirty nails. Like, and I know some men work in a certain business, and if you work in a business where your nails are dirty, then okay, and you probably can't get a manicure till the weekend. But if you don't, you got a desk job and your nails is dirty, or I don't like butt nails either on the man.
What is butt nails?
Butt nails are when you bite your nails, like you bite them and they just have this like roundness to them. Like I don't like the butt nails either. And then I don't like long nails on a man either because it reminds me of like a pimp and stuff, like with the long nails. Like I don't like the long nails. So they could be moderate, like really long and clean. And I'll even do the manicure. Like I'll do the manicure for you if you don't have time to do it. I'll do it. Just so we can.
Well, that's because you are a good woman.
Sometimes. Okay, so the next one is.
But I agree with you with the nails.
Okay.
Men shouldn't be walking around with dirty nails.
And women with nails, like you know your nails are not done and they chip, just take the nail polish off. Just take the nails off. You can go. Nails are so cheap nowadays. You can order them online for like $10 and glue them on. They don't have to be done by the Chinese people or whoever.
By the nail tech.
They don't. You can go. You can go to Walgreens and you can just get them and you can just put them on for $8 and they look just as good.
That's right. Or come see me. You come pick color. I send them to you. Get in the van now. Pick color.
Okay, so number 5 deal breaker, relationship deal breaker is willingness to grow. You with somebody that they don't want to grow. They don't want to do anything.
That's definitely a deal breaker. Then why are you getting with somebody who doesn't want to do that? That should definitely be discussed from the beginning. Don't wait to get into the thing and you find that, we're going on a dead end. We're not going nowhere. That should be about the number 3 thing question after, what is your plan? What is your 5-month plan? That decision should be made then. Like, can I be able to grow with this person just from conversation? Just from at least by the second conversation, you should know.
But you have a lot of potential. Like, these people have potential and they sell you on their plan and you're like, okay, they're going to do something. And, everything that they do, they never follow through on it. And you just like, and you can be helping them try to do everything. And for some reason, they just don't have that ambition, that momentum to just follow through. And you can't follow through for them. This is something that they have to do on their own.
They have to have the willingness. And I tell every woman that I'm about to maybe date or we're talking or whatever, I tell every woman this. No matter where we are, make sure whatever man that you deal with is able to take you to the next level. Make sure he is able to teach you something. If he has nothing to show or offer you, that is not the man for you. He should be able to teach something that you do not know. And if he cannot do that, then your relationship is not going to grow.
You got to be willing to grow, even if it's not with him. Okay, so number 6 is they loud and ghetto.
Everybody didn't grow up the same way, and I get it and I understand. Everybody didn't have, the 2-parent homes, and depending on, if you grew up on those numbered streets, because we're always blaming the numbered streets. But there has to be a certain type of class about you. It has to be a certain type of way that you hold yourself, that you present yourself to someone. I have came across a couple loud women in my life. They are no longer in my life. There's a tolerance for that. And I think really that's preference on, because you got some women who they love a thug guy. They love a ghetto guy. They love that. Oh, he got to be hardcore. He got to be this way, or there, he got to be ghetto. It's straight ghetto. That's not me. If you're dating me, that's not me. I want mature. I want our relationship to grow from some maturity. I want us to grow. I want us to grow in love. I don't want to fall. I want to grow in love. There's just certain levels and certain things. I want to see the ambition. I want to see the drive. I want to see you after your dreams. All of these things. I ain't got a time to listen to what Taquisha got going on, or whoever, or the latest gossip, or none of that. Because if we growing, then we need to be trying to build this empire, and we can't do it worrying about everybody else and trying to be something again that we're not.
So do you like it if a woman is able to switch it up? Like if y'all going somewhere classy, she knows how to carry herself. And then when she's like maybe at a basketball game or something, she's up, she's screaming, she's yelling, she's cheering. Or do you just want her to be like quiet and passive?
No, I don't want her to be quiet. I just want her to be her. I want her to be her. If loud and you be clap, that's fine. Let's, hopefully we're cheering for the same team. But if she's cheering and she's diehard because she's into that, that's great. That's a plus because I'm into that. If she can switch and she can talk about banking or business or whatever the case, and she can look classy, then let's do that. Then we can do that. But if you coming in there, did you see the way she looked at me? Why is she looking at me like that? Oh no, I don't know what her problem is. No, I can't take. It's to the point where I can't take you nowhere. No, I don't want to be around you. I do not want to be with you. No.
To go at any moment. You just gotta jump in and ask questions later. I'm just kidding. You looking like what?
No, I was reading what Coach said there.
He said, I feel after 5 years you're still in the same rut with somebody, it's time to end that relationship. Where is the growth? You got to check in, and that's why you have to be able to check in with each other. You should be able to check in and say, hey, where are we? Where is this going? But a lot of times we don't. We be scared to kind of like we're going to rock the boat. So we just don't. We just keep going with the flow. Wake up 10 years and we're in the same position, which is nowhere where we started. And we see everybody passing us, getting married, having kids, and we just still in the same position because we don't have these barriers. We don't have these deal breakers in place.
Yeah, and more than likely, you're sitting around thinking that things are going to change, and they haven't changed in 5 years. So they haven't changed in 5 years. What you think they're going to change in the next 5? No, it's something on both parts that y'all both have to do. This is why you get that plan. And then people, of my age, I need to know where and which direction we going, because I got less days ahead of me than I do behind me right now at this point. So I ain't got time to be fooling around. I need to know are we doing this or not, and how we doing it and how we getting there, because I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't want to take 5 years where I coulda, shoulda, doulda, this and that, and nothing happens over that, that amount of time. It's like, what was we doing? Wrong person. Okay, I need to know up front. I need to know within 2 to 3 months what's happening, whether we get into something or we not. So it becomes fast paced when you start approaching a certain age.
That's true. Tamika said this is a real good topic. It is, and we are live on Intellectual Radio. We are talking about relationship deal breakers, and we know that we all have some. It's just that most of the time, some of the time, we don't put them in effect, and then we're complaining to everybody else because our relationship is not going the way that it should go. Evidence, they disrespectful. They treat you any kind of way. You with somebody, sometimes they don't even introduce you when they with somebody. They just be like, hey, what's up? And you standing there like, and they just be like, why you ain't introduce me? Oh, that ain't nobody. Don't worry about them. They all right. They very disrespectful. They talk to you any kind of way, and they don't respect your ideas when you do tell them something.
But you shouldn't even be at that point. Like, you shouldn't even be in a relationship by that time at that point. That's not even a deal. That's not even a deal break. That's something if we both agreeing and we vibing, and by the time 6 months come and we're in a committed relationship and you're not introducing me as your boyfriend / your girlfriend or whatever, that's a problem. Because that should have been established a long time ago. This is what I am. This is what it is. This is what you're going to introduce me as. So if you introduce me as anything else or you don't introduce me, there's a problem. Oh no, don't go scratching your head now. No. We're about to hurt a lot of feelings and we're about to get up into somebody's teeth because I know what's happening to somebody.
I'm gonna jump down to number 21. Number 21 says,
wait, we skipping from 7 and going to 21?
Number 21 says, you're a secret. They are keeping you as a secret. Now, there's a difference between privacy and secret. Like, our relationship is private. People know that we're together, but they don't know the ins and outs of our relationship. A secret is they don't even know we're together. Nobody knows we're together. So you mad because he's not posting you on Facebook. He ain't posting you because he's leaving himself open, or she is leaving herself open so that other people, they can talk to other people. They don't want them to know that they're in a relationship. Or some people say they don't post their relationship status because it becomes so messy. Like, people are really messy. They go to your inbox and they start stuff. So people would rather keep their relationships, I want to say, a secret.
Well, in a way, I think I have another spin on that, because I don't like my relationship all over Facebook or all over social media, because everybody got something to say. Everybody want to come out the woodworks. Girl, well, he used to do this and he did that, and she was sleeping with it, and all these different secrets coming from everywhere. First of all, how do these people even know all of these things? Because they were told or they were shown on social media. So in order to keep those things from being like that in your relationship, keep them off social media. Your laundry goes in your washing machine, not on Facebook.
Okay, so here's my thing about that. Men are territorial, right? So normally a man likes for people to know, this is mine, and he pee on you. He don't want nobody else over there peeing on you, so he's gonna mark his territory. Keeping that person a secret, and I'm open. All type of men are in my inbox. They see me posting pictures. I'm by myself, so you have more men coming at you that way versus, I think you kind of scare them off a little bit. I don't know. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do. When you post pictures, sometimes people be like, "Oh, okay, he got a girlfriend. Oh, I look better than her. Let me get in his inbox." I think it should be discussed up front what you plan to do about that. I'm gonna post pictures when we are on the wedding night. I'm gonna post my wedding picture. That's the only time I'm gonna post him. I'm not gonna be posting any random Joes on my page. I'm just not gonna do it. So when we say I do, then I'll post your picture on my page, and then I'm single.
And I actually agree with you on that, because usually it's like a grand opening, grand closing. You have women, they be like, "Oh, I'm so happy," and they post up their boo. 2 weeks later, "Oh, I love this single life. Oh, it's what happened? You was just with Joe Schmo 2 weeks ago, and now it's over because it didn't work out because you didn't take the time to get to know this person because you didn't see them red flags."
Let me tell you what happened to me, an experience that happened to me, right? So I was talking to this guy, and I posted on my Facebook page. I posted a date. So I posted a date, like my birth date or something. And I was like, I posted the date under this picture. It was a picture of some hands. So it was my hands and his hands. And I put under the picture a date. Do you know his little trolls went into his inbox and was like, "What's going on with this date? Are y'all getting married, blah, blah." This fool, and I'm going to call him a fool. He probably won't listen to it. This fool had the nerve to tag me and put something on his Facebook page and tag me in it to make it seem like he was single. I untagged myself, and then I told him a piece of my mind. I was like, don't do that to me, because your name was not on this picture. And how would anybody even know that it's you unless they know you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they really know you, because there's no name on this picture. So people are really messy. But my thing is, you allow people to cross those boundaries with you. And if you allow them to cross them once, then they're going to keep crossing. The minute they hit his inbox, what he should have said was, that's not your business. Get out my inbox. All right? That's not your business. I said, notice they didn't come in my inbox. They came in your inbox because they know where to go. Because they know they was going to get told if they came in my inbox, because I ain't playing. So they knew who to go to say something to, because you're going to be like, oh, no, they knew. So, you just got to make sure the person that you're trying to be in a relationship with is on the up and up. How are you going to know? Ask questions. Spend time with that person in different settings without sex, so that you can get to know that person. Be around that person with other people so you can see how he's treating other people. Because if he's treating his family some type of way, if he don't want to be bothered with them, I guarantee you 6 months from now, he's going to be treating you the same way. I don't want to be bothered with her. She get on my nerve. I'm going to stay over here. You just got to make sure, and you got to pray and ask God to give you discernment when you meet these people, because sometimes he can show you, as soon as you meet that person, he'll show you exactly what type of person this is. But we don't take time to even ask God, because, we be moist and we be ready. So we don't really take the time to say, is this person really somebody for me? And then we compromise. We know that we don't want to take a person that don't pick up the phone to call us. One of my things is pick up the phone and call me. Don't text. That's some high school stuff. Call me. Pick up the phone like a grown person and call me. If that's not what you do, then guess what? That's not going to work with us. Another one of my cores is quality time. If you can't spend quality time with me, if you're that busy, we don't need to be together, because I'm not going to be trying to fit into your schedule. So if you know that, and you feel yourself trying to fit in, if you feel yourself picking up that phone, trying to call that person, then take a step back. Take a step back and reevaluate what it is that you want in your relationship. Because the things that you put up with, the red flags that you dismiss, you're going to be dealing with those things for a lifetime.
But see, this comes into play when you do meet that person. You have to think to yourself, do you really want to include this person in your life? Because they're going to become a part of whatever it is that you're doing. And that's a big step. Because if you're out there grinding every day and you're making, because if you want to spend that time, you have to include her or him into whatever it is that you're doing. And then they have to become a part of that. So I'm not sure if people is a little bit hesitant because they don't want people to know what they got going on. And that kind of, chase people away. But I'm real big on consistency. And I come across a lot of inconsistent people. And that right there gives me lack of interest. So when you're inconsistent, it causes lack of interest. And I after a certain time, I can't get your, because you're too busy every single day, you with the kids. I think if we're talking, trying to make something out of something special with us, you should be the last person I talk to at night, and you should be the first person I talk to when I get up in the morning, other than God.
Let me tell you this. People make time for the things that they want. If it's something that they want, they make time for it. I don't care if they're in the middle of traffic and, their phone get ready to die. Hey, babe, my phone get ready to die. I'm just calling you. I left my charger at home, but I want to touch bases with you before I leave it to work. People make time for what they want and who they want. They will clear their schedule and make time for it. So if a person tells you that they're too busy, that they don't have time, it's all lies. It's lies. If Barack can have time for Michelle Obama, then you know that somebody can have time for you. And he was the president, one of the busiest men. You know that he can have, your person can have time for you. People will make time for what it is that they want. But before we run out of time, I wanted to read some of the comments because I posted on Facebook. I asked a question about what are some of the relationship deal breakers, and some of the people left comments. Myra said, not understanding my alter egos and missing in action, because a lot of people do ghost you. They come.
They definitely get ghosts, and you don't know why, and sometimes you get no response. Yep, absolutely. I don't like that. Don't say you single and you looking for a man, but you won't answer none of the DMs, the phone calls, or the texts, but you still out there like, I'm still single. I wonder why. Okay, continue.
Belinda said, cheating and inconsistency. Nicole Harris said, she said it a couple of times. She says, liars, liars, liars. Did she mention liars? Corey said, her born a man. Okay, that was weird. That she was born a man. Okay. Earl Winfrey said, a woman who curses her kids out. That one right there, run. Because if she cussed them out, you know she's gonna be cussing you out real soon. So I would be running too. A lot of people said cheating. April said cheating. Patrice said cheating. Toya said smoking, abuse, cheating, controlling. And my top one was inconsistent. If you're inconsistent, then I'm going to become inconsistent. And I have a tendency to remove myself. Because you know when things are not going the way that they should, when you're in that honeymoon phase, and then once that honeymoon phase is over with, or the layaway phase is over with, then people have a tendency to become ghosts. So you just gotta, again, you have to make sure that you sit down and you reflect on what's going on. And don't compromise on your core needs. If it's your core needs, your core values, and you want it, and that person does not have the ability to give it to you, then go. If somebody is emotionally unavailable, why are you even wasting your time trying to, get them to open up? Just go somewhere where somebody else can give you what it is that you need. And people say, oh, it's a shortage of men. No, it's not. It's men out here. You just gotta go put yourself in a place to where they are. Stop floating around in the same circles all the time. Get out of your comfort zone and go somewhere else and open your mind and your eyes up to something different.
It's funny you say that, because that goes back to saying about what we was talking about as far as like the physical attraction. They say try something that you never, go outside your comfort zone. So, does that apply in this case? If you know that you like women with long hair, do you try a woman with short hair? If you know you like slim and petite women, do you now step out your comfort zone and try a woman who's a curvy girl, or a BBW, or whatever the case? Are you going to be attracted, or are you going to hit it off? You may find some great qualities, in those person, but you as a person know what you want, you know what you like, you know what you need. And God may be sending you like in his out who is the person for you, but you're really stuck with what you see, the image, the whole thing. So a lot of times we miss, and this is why it keeps cycling back around, because we keep cycling around the same people, the same type of women, the same type of men.
Because you're in that same circle. Get out that circle, and your whatever it is that you are feeling, you attract that. So you attract that. If you're not feeling positive, if you're feeling like insecure, you're gonna attract those type of people are gonna come to you, and you're gonna be like, why am I attracting these people? Well, you gotta clean all of that clutter out. All of that clutter that you had before with the people before, you gotta cleanse yourself. Take a break in between relationship and cleanse yourself out so that you can be able to, go over to attract the right person.
Remember, reset, reboot, restart.
Yes, you have to do it. Okay, I'm gonna go through these really quick because I know we're not gonna have time. So one of them says health issues, like a person just not taking care of their health. They're just doing any and everything. We talked about hygiene. Kids. Some people want kids, some people don't. Is your preference. Talk about where you want to live, your cultural beliefs, a lack of communication. Some people think that texting is communication. In a relationship. A person that doesn't have a sense of humor, somebody that's always negative. You tell them your dreams, they're like, "Oh, but you can't do that." That's like,
yeah, you don't need that type of person.
You don't. Somebody that's unreliable, they're never there for you. Whenever you need them, somebody that's controlling, should always control your life, telling you don't know your mama don't need that. You always doing stuff for your mama. Come over here. So that goes into somebody who's not family oriented. You want somebody who's who loves their family, because that's going to show you how they're going to treat you. We talked about being consistent. Somebody who fights fair and don't fight dirty. You want somebody who's not going to be saying those words to you when you're in a fight that you can't take back. Somebody that has bad breath, somebody that has a bad attitude, somebody that has insecurities, somebody that mismanaged their monies, and you want somebody that's going to treat you fairly. So those are just some of the relationship deal breakers. But before we get out of here, I want Rizal to talk about really quickly the thing that he has behind him.
Hey, well, as everybody can notice and see right back here, that is the Live Well alkaline water. now that is a Black-owned water company by myself and my partner. It is alkaline water with a pH of 9.5. It also has, it's hard to see with no light here. Oh my
Which
God,
one?
and everybody keeps calling me. But I was actually looking at a documentary and they said that the water that you need to have minerals. So this alkaline water has minerals, zinc, magnesium, what else? I got to go to the light. Come follow me to the light, Carolina.
Minerals, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and zinc.
It's purified 7 times with calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc, all of those different things. So we're working now on getting it out into the supermarkets and getting it to places. We got a couple deals in place. So hopefully you'll be seeing it soon out there in the supermarket. And I definitely will be pushing it. And alkaline water is good for, our cancer patients, also the COVID-19, because it can't live in an alkaline body. So this is the perfect thing, right now during these times, is to drink alkaline water than your regular tap water or your regular bottled water, especially like that Poland Spring. If you look at the comparison on them, it's like night and day. You're like, oh my God, why haven't I been doing this? So this is just part of our healthy nutritional part of the show that we do with our healthy relationships that we try to sponsor. And yes, she has hers. I have mine. So we just need everybody to go to your local store and ask for it, get yours. And at this moment in time, with the whole movement, with the Black Lives Movement, this is definitely needed.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we know that in order to get Black products in our store, we have to ask for them once we go to the store, so they will order them. So thank you, Rizal. I appreciate this conversation. I know it was fun, but it's really serious about deal breakers when it comes to relationships, because we want you to have healthy relationships. When you have healthy relationships, everything else balances out, especially when you have a healthy relationship.
And it just seemed like we always run out of time, because I know it's still so. Look, we got like 20 more to go.
It's a lot. That's okay. We are in our relationship reboot series, so we can pick up on this on another Monday. But I just want you to remember that deal breakers, if it disturbs your safety, if it disturbs your sanity, if it disturbs your serenity, you need to get out of there. So join me next Monday at 6 p.m. right here on Intellectual Radio. This is Warriors Talk and Rizal Gilmore, and we are Warriors Talk Changing Lives, one warrior at a time. See you next Monday.
Good night, Warriors Talk. See you next Monday.
Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on intellectualradio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.